Welcome to Christian Cinema Weekly. So in my family, Christmas traditions are often inspired and closely connected to movies and TV. Seeing Linus quote Luke 2, Ralphie shoot his eye out, or Buddy find his dad always gives me this feeling inside my heart letting me know, hey, Kevin, it's Christmas time. This is never more apparent than when I see an extremely dated post-war black and white Jimmy Stewart running through Bedford Falls screaming, I wanna live again, I wanna live again, while the accents and aesthetic of the movie really haven't aged well. Oh, what? Come on. Just take off your nostalgia glasses and pay attention to the way they talk in that movie.
I'll give you the moon, Mary. Well, then you could swallow it, and it'd all dissolve, see? And the moonbeams would shoot out of your fingers and your toes and the ends of your hair.
Nobody talks like that. All right, you don't have to agree with me. My point is, the message of the movie seems to be pretty timeless. We all know the story of It's a Wonderful Life. I'll just recap real quick. All right, so we start off and there's this angel and his name is Clarence, and he's being told the life story of a guy named George Bailey, whose life is anything but wonderful. Clarence is being told this because he's been assigned to help George Bailey, but he has to know the life story before he can help him, and if he helps him, then he can earn his wings. Yeah, the theology in this one's a little bit wonky too, now that I think about it, but I digress. The point is, George has these big dreams of leaving his small town and doing great things. But circumstances and his compassion for others continues to get in the way, preventing him from living out his dreams. This same kind of scenario repeats itself over and over in his life, where he's got this big dream, he wants to go after it, but then something happens and he cares too much. His life path goes in a different direction, causing him to somewhat settle for something he never planned or would have expected from the beginning. So by the end, pushed to his limits, George regrets his life. The story really takes a pretty dark turn at this point. He gets to the point where he's like, I want to die. I don't want to live. In fact, I wish I had never been born. Lots of first world problems. This is when Clarence gets clearance to give clarity to George. He shows George the unseen impact of all of his kind gestures that he's had. How George's life has actually made a huge impact on the world. He shows him that by thinking of his dreams, he's missing out on what he already has. His wonderful life, you might say. His wonderful wife, his wonderful kids, his wonderful hometown, all things that while life didn't go as he planned, perhaps him being a mere mortal, his big plans were not all that great plans to begin with. Speaking of family, my grandma for Christmas once gave me this old book that was owned by her father, Poems of the Works of Robert Burns. In his poem, To a Mouse, he writes, But little mouse, you are not alone. Improving foresight may be vain. The best laid schemes of mice and men go oft askew and leave us nothing but grief and pain for the promised joy. That's just something I've been thinking about. Well, you know, we make plans and these plans could be great. It's always interesting to look back in your life and see how things have gone differently. And just because it's gone differently doesn't necessarily mean that it's gone worse. In fact, a lot of the things in my life, the best things in my life, are the things that I never would have planned for had I been the one planning my life. I can't help but think that maybe the filmmakers had this poem in mind when making this film, especially since they used another, more hopeful Robert Burns classic, Auld Lang Syne, to close out the film. Just something to think about as you spend time with your friends and family this Christmas. Oh, and by the way, if you've already watched all your favorite Christmas classics, then might I let you know about some other Christmas films available on ChristianCinema.com. Two movies that have just been released. One is called Mountaintop. It's the story of a former lawyer turned small town preacher who returns to the courtroom to solve one last case. Also, Christmas Gone Viral. This is a new documentary by Ray Comfort that explores the meaning of Christmas around the world. You can rent this one for free right now at ChristianCinema.com. So go check that out. And if you want to sit down and watch a fun Christmassy movie with the whole family, then may I suggest The Christmas Project. This movie is about four brothers who they're being bullied at school, so they get together to come against their greatest adversary. But then their mom has them join this Christmas project where they deliver treats and gifts to their sworn enemies. The Christmas Project is a heartwarming comedy that the whole family will love. I mean, just look at that cover. Look at him, he's all covered in Christmas lights. How could you not love that? If you're looking for discounts this holiday season, and I know that sometimes with Christmas gifts, you really gotta stretch that budget real tight. Well, let me tell you about our 12 Days of Christmas picks, 12 movies you can check out. You can get one of them with the discount code PEARTREE20. Just head over to ChristianCinema.com/12 days. That's all I've got to say. Be sure to subscribe to this channel to keep up with the latest news surrounding faith and film. I'm Kevin. Merry Christmas, everyone.